Welcome, welcome, welcome to Kanazawa, people. Welcome to Kanazawa Station, famous for the incredibly beautiful torii gate made out of wood. I've been to Kanazawa before. I have. But I am back because I felt that last time I didn't really give it a fair chance, and I wanted to come back and check it out. Commenter, what the sun are you doing? It is a beautiful station. It is a stunning station, to be honest. I'm going to share this now in a minute, but hey, made it to Kanazawa. Yes, I did. I've even had a little bit of a snooze, and I've even gone shopping, and I've dressed myself like a Japanese person. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So, this station is pretty spectacular, if you ask me. Yeah, you were there 2 weeks ago, I remember. But yeah, this station is very beautiful. It's really stunning. It's very unique. I think it's sort of one of those things that you see in pictures, but you need to experience in person. It's definitely a landmark. Kanazawa Station is. I haven't not gone full out Uniqlo. All right. So what I've done is I bought myself. I'm gonna do it. So you can't see very well. I bought myself a oversized sort of like shirt, and I'm wearing it over a t-shirt, Japanese style. You'll see. You know what I mean now when I show you. Let me just put it like this. Pull this up, and now in a minute. Wait. Let me just make sure that it's balanced. Let me take this off, and you will see what I mean now. Guys, do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? People, I liked it. I liked it. I was gonna wear it without something underneath, but I want to be like the locals. When do as the locals do is what I say. Let's get that beautiful station in the background. You see what I mean? To be honest, I should be wearing a white shirt. If I wanted to be 100% like a local, I should be wearing a white shirt. And the color is beautiful, I know. And can you believe me when I say I have bought myself no clothes during my trip? Zero. This is the first time I bought myself anything, an item, and I wanted something that would be kind of nice for if I want to go out somewhere and not look like a tourist. I guess I look a little bit less like a tourist. What do you think, guys? Do I look less like is the question. Kanazawa is a city, a beautiful city, and it has this incredible station gate. As we walk through, and I'm going to walk through and round, okay, so that we can sort of walk through it. I look happy. I do. I don't know. I'm always happy, aren't I? I don't know. I try to always be happy. Check it out. I'm going to try and give you the whole like super cool like view of the station. Wow, huh? That is a sight and a half. Check it out. Like a happy gaijin. That is a beautiful station. Anyway, I've said beautiful station a few times, too many times maybe. So we're gonna head in that direction and see what we find. Ikimasu, minasan, happy gaijins and tourists and residents of Japan. Let's go. I arrived maybe 2 hours ago, 2.5 hours ago maybe I arrived. And as I arrived 2.5 hours ago, I was exhausted. I had about a 45-minute nap, I'm not gonna lie, I had a 45-minute nap. And I headed out, I had myself a Starbucks. I wrote some postcards for patrons, which I need to send. The postcards are gonna be really special because Sado Island. So the Sado Island postcards are going out your way, everyone. Ooh, I need to turn this way. I'm just gonna follow these people. So I'm not 100% sure where I'm going. No, it was a Shinkansen. Shinkansen from Niigata to Takasaki, and then a Shinkansen from Takasaki to Kanazawa. As always, if you spot anything interesting, or if you want me to go in a specific direction, then let me know. I have an idea of where I'm going. I have plotted something on my watch, which I'm following. You can tell there's a lot more gaijins here. Are they happy? I'm not sure, but there's a lot more foreigners here, and not just foreigners but also tourists. It's just the buzz around the station was, you know, a lot of tourists. Even if they were Asian, you know, there were quite a lot of tourists. Down there, I think. Well, we'll see. I mean, I'll explain what my semi-plan is, really. I'll explain my semi-plan. But I think I'm just walking down the street for about 1 kilometer, guys. So it's not a bad street to walk down. And also scouting out potential places. I didn't get my burger yesterday, by the way. Yeah, long story. I'll explain it in a moment. But I left Sado a lot earlier. I decided that I'd seen everything that I needed to see in Sado, and when I get my mind, you know, set on something, and my mind was set on getting to Kanazawa basically early, 2 days early. When I got my mind set on something, I sort of just fixate on it. And I thought to myself, I can cycle around Kanazawa if I wanted to for a few hours. Sorry, Sado for a few hours, and then I can get a train and make it to Kanazawa at 10 p.m. Or I can just get an early ferry and make it to Kanazawa just after 3 p.m. or 3:30 p.m. Yeah. And I sort of decided, had I had a car, it would have been a different thing. But I thought, what am I going to do in 3 hours or 4 hours, really, in Sado Island? Really. And it's already a place that I've plotted on my list of places I 100% need to return as a priority places. So yeah, I will be returning sooner rather than later. It's a place that I will be returning to sooner rather than later, I would say. So, hello, Einstein. Kenrokuen, I will. I've been, I love it, it's beautiful. It's one of my favorite gardens in Japan. So actually I want to maybe go down the next street. It looks a little bit more interesting. Hopefully there's a next street that I can go down, and if not I'll return. So this morning I had half made my mind up. I didn't know whether to rent a bicycle for a few hours actually the street looks more interesting anyway. I didn't know if to rent a bicycle for like for 4 hours and just see what there is in the area. That would have been more tiring also. Or I didn't know if to leave early. But the decision was made for me, actually. As I wasn't initially planning on coming to Kanazawa today. I was supposed to be coming to Kanazawa in 2 days' time, and I'm here super early. Okay, that looks a little bit more interesting that way. It meant that the ferry availability on from Sado Island to Niigata, the ferry availability was really low. In fact, there were no ferries. The only ferry that there was available was in the morning. So my decision was made for me. I got the ferry in the morning. I changed my Shinkansen train tickets, and I made my way to Kanazawa. And in a way it's nice to be here, and it's nice to have a few extra days to figure out what I'm going to do. I made a friend from Australia that lives in Kanazawa. I met some people in Sado Island. They were Australians. She had been living in Kanazawa for 30 years, and she's already sent me a message saying, hey, if you have some free time, why don't you come to my village? Coming to Tokyo in 2 weeks. Gary, that's awesome. I'll be back home by then. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this change of plan has cost me a few $100s. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not happy about the money that I have, like wasted, because I had a ferry booked for tomorrow, which I couldn't change. It's non-refundable. So that's the first 7,000 yen down the drain, and I had to get another ferry that was 7,000 yen. Then I've had to lose the money from the hotel that is still in my name in Sado Island that I'm not actually currently using. So that was sort of like annoying. And then apart from that, I've had to book a hotel here. Anyway, it is what it is, and this street looks quite nice. Let me change the so yeah, the reason was because there is a typhoon coming. It was Obon, which is why I booked the ferry in advance, because I knew it was going to be Obon. But these things happen, and I'm happy with my decision. I am happy with my decision. I'm happy with the fact that I've come to Kanazawa. For those of you who are watching right now, walking through Kanazawa, I'll turn the camera around in a minute, but I'm happy. Sado Island has left a longing. I want to return to Sado Island, so that's great. I've seen most of the things that I wanted to see. But whilst I was there, I learned of so much more that there is to see. So I have a longing to return, which is always a good thing in my opinion. It's always good to have a longing for places to visit, especially places that you've already been to. So that's number one. Number two, I'm happy that I've come over 2 days earlier to Kanazawa, because I am working with a tourism board on the 15th, the 16th and the 17th before I go to Tokyo, and it looks like it's gonna be bad weather. So tomorrow I'm gonna try and get ahead of everything, and I'm gonna try to film at least the garden and maybe the castle or whatever, like some of the outdoor places in the sun. So yeah, I'm happy. Shinjuku, awesome. Gary is staying in Shinjuku. You're gonna have so much fun. The hotel was awesome. I would stay in that hotel again, to be honest. I don't think there's such a thing as a good location to stay in Sado Island. It's so remote that anywhere that you stay is not going to be convenient to get around the island, as long as you have like a bus stop near you. I mean, there was one bus stop that was like 20 minutes away that I had to do a change, and maybe it would be more convenient to stay nearer the main bus station. But ultimately, you need a car, 100%. It's one of those places that you can spend 3 nights in Sado without a car and take everything, you know, like very slowly, and go on 1 hour bus trips and bus around from very early in the morning. Yeah, so you can do that, but you need a fair amount of nights, and you'd spend quite a bit of time on buses, I would say. Or spend 2 nights, rent a car, and yeah, and you can stop and admire the nature. The nature was beautiful. Hey Nathan, good to see you have been having a great time on your epic journey. It's been very epic, Carlos, and I've loved it. Tomorrow is going to be a B-roll day, yeah. Japan, the man from Facebook. Tomorrow is going to be a B-roll sort of day. I just need to be very careful with what I wear, because whatever I wear tomorrow, I need to wear on the day that I'm filming with Kanazawa Tourism, if that makes any sense. So bring a flashlight to Sado. I mean, you know, my phone has a flashlight, really. No, Madi Gaijin, hey man, hope you are enjoying being wiped out and recovering. I know the feeling. Yeah, I'm enjoying. I'm in Kanazawa. I cut my Sado Island trip short. I'm just talking about that. I cut it short, Luke, because I didn't have a car, and there was this typhoon coming this way. There was a chance on the 15th, which was the day that I was supposed to be coming back to Kanazawa. That's when potentially Shinkansens could be affected. Maybe yes, maybe no. I have commitments in Kanazawa on the 15th, 16th and 17th. And I just decided, you know, I'm not gonna rack my brains. I'm not gonna like worry too much. And instead I'm just gonna come to Kanazawa early. And I have 2 days now to relax. 2 days to film things slowly before I even start filming properly, if that makes any sense. So, and like I said, I met some Australian people that live in Kanazawa, like in a town just out of Kanazawa, and they were like, hey, you got some free time, why don't you come to my Inaka, like whatever town in Kanazawa. So it is what it is. It was a long train, and also because I was supposed to be leaving tomorrow from Sado Island. I was supposed to be getting a ferry and then a train to Takaraka, Takaraka, Takamawaka. And I was supposed to be getting a train, Takoyaki. I've gone blank now. Takasaki, that's it. I was supposed to be getting a train to Takasaki, spending the night, and then a train from Takasaki to Kanazawa, and I was supposed to spend a little bit of time in Takasaki, but I changed everything. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Nomadic Gaijin, Luke, the Sado Island is spectacular, although I'm not very sure about streaming it. That's the only thing. I mean, I was able to do some streams near the port, but I can imagine that the rest of the island is going to be a little bit pants for streaming, to be honest. But Sado Island, I need to go back. I need to rent a car properly. And I was so psyched. I was so stoked about renting, because it looked so, you know, I was practicing by observing Luke on his driving, and then Sado Island looks so easy to drive around. It just looks so freaking easy. So it's a pity. It's a pity. But it's gone pretty much. I did like a sampler, and now I know there's so much more than I expected that I wanted to see in the island. So now I know what there is in the island. I will return, and it's become a, I mean, I've seen some, did anybody see my, oh my god, that's so loud. Where are you? Can we find it? It's so loud. You were teaching but just driving around. Yeah, you were a good teacher, by the way. The sound of summer. So yeah, I want to go back. It's gone to my priority list of places that I want to return to. I think it's relatively accessible from Tokyo. The only thing is that without a rail pass, a Japan rail pass, it might make things a little bit more pricey. That's the only problem now with the Japan rail pass. Sado Island was very doable because you'd have a Japan rail pass and you'd basically, you know, like, use it to get to Niigata and then get a ferry or whatever. But now it's a different story. Turn left here. I mean, I'm just walking randomly, to be honest. It's quiet. It was so good hanging out with Luke. It was a nice, unexpected surprise. It was a good, really good time. I honestly didn't think I was going to spend any time with anyone in the north. So not just spend time with anyone, but spend time with Luke and drive down to Sakata. Epic. beautiful. I really had a blast. I seriously did. All those connection problems are gonna give me nightmares for the next few days. At least it wasn't just me. I always feel that it's me. It's good to see, I mean, it wasn't good to see, but it's good to see a pro having issues also. Sometimes I think it's just me, but it isn't.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Hey Daniel, how you doing? Yes, Luke is in the chat. Walking through, I love, you know, this is what I love about Japan. You don't really see, I mean, you get some things like this sometimes in Europe. A little river, whatever, not rivers, but little, that is in no way a river. But gutters with water, if you know what I mean. Right, let's cross, and we're gonna go up this way. You shared loads of stuff. I've learned a lot from you about streaming, a lot. And there's loads of things that I would like to incorporate into my streaming in the future. Like all those funny noises that people send and stuff like that. It's so cool. It's so, your streams on Twitch are so interactive. People, you know, do a lot, add a lot to it. So. How's the temperature then, Ethan? It was brutal when I was in Kanazawa. Akiko! Akiko! How are you? Nice to see you. Or nice to see you in the chat. Anyway, the temperature here, I think it's definitely... When we, I think Luke will probably you know, agree with. But there's definitely a big difference between the north of Japan. North of Japan, especially in the evenings, there was very little humidity. Whilst here, I just feel the humidity, although it's quite clear that there is something happening in the weather, with a typhoon coming, etc. I mean, look at that view. That's so pretty, huh? So I do feel that the temperature is starting to come down a little bit here. But I'm just gonna roll down to the typhoon that's heading this way. It's still way away, but it's enough to potentially affect things, you know, a little bit. Even in Sado Island, some of the activities that I did, I couldn't do the full activity because it actually told me that the water was too choppy and it was too windy. This is becoming a new good habit. It's a habit of basically doing a live stream and scouting the area whilst I do a live stream, which works really well for me. Hey, some foreigners. Adios. Connection has been super steady here in Kanazawa. Super steady. Maybe renting a bike tomorrow might be a good idea. Kanazawa seems to be like a quite good bike rental sort of place. I don't know where I am. I'm just walking. Getting lost. This is Japan right now. This is what Kanazawa is like right now, this second, at 6:43 p.m. Kanazawa new Grand Hotel premiere. Ooh, fancy. My hotel was not cheap, but it's just a dormy inn. It's nothing fancy. Look at those clouds, guys. Those clouds look so nice in the distance. Can you see that? Yeah, looks nice. Okay, let's carry on this adventure, getting in Kanazawa and having it zoomed in. Is there anything that catches your attention, like that random what do you call it, Hansel and Gretel like Hansel and Gretel house here for randomness? That's kind of random. That does not fit in at all. So it looks like a toy house. Another hotel here. Oh, this is like the hotel area. Where am I? Can anybody look on the map and tell me where I am and if there's anything that I should go and head to? Oh, there we go. Who needs a map when we have a map? The question is, oh yeah, I'm number 42. I'm there. Oh, so I'm near the. So I walk straight. Yeah. So if I go that way, let's head that way. Yeah, let's head that way. Let's do it. Thank you very much. Span. Arigatou gozaimasu. Hey, I'll show you according to the map. According to the map, I am there. If I zoom in just a little bit, you'll see. Over there. Oh, you see the area. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that there's somebody who knows this area a little bit better than me, because I am useless when it comes to Kanazawa. I came here in 2015. So 2015, not 20, sorry, my mistake. I came to Kanazawa 2014. So 9 years ago, I was here. I've traveled to Japan 20 times. I've traveled to Japan 4 times this year, but Kanazawa, this is only my second time. So yeah, not really a pro at Kanazawa. So you guys in the chat can tell me all about Kanazawa and where to go and what to do. From Shinjuku, you'd have to get a Shinkansen and probably go to Tokyo Station and get a Shinkansen to Kanazawa. Direct Shinkansen. You know who will know? Japan Ichiban, because he was there very recently. From Shinjuku, got a Shinkansen to Kanazawa. 4 out of 20 times, not bad, eh? I mean, not quite though, because I've met you. Have I met you more than twice? I met you in December. I met you in February. And I met you this time. So you've met me twice in one trip though, so it's kind of like confusing. Yeah, I think that's the castle park there and the restaurant district. We're gonna go up and figure out and see what there is. Wow, how are you doing? I know it's noisy because of the traffic. But bear with me. Ooh, and for those of you who get lost, Kanazawa Central Tourist Information Center. Hey, thank you for feeding my addiction to Japan. Thank you for coming along with me on this trip. I am currently on the Ninja Monkey channel, but I will maybe switch onto the Happy Gaijin channel shortly. We'll see how things go. My Happy Gaijin channel needs a few more subs. Oh yeah. Ooh, that's it. 4 times, dude. Yeah, you are keeping better count than me. And not just meeting, but hanging out like quite a bit also. I mean, those of you who don't know, but Luke knows the amount of hello. Say hello to YouTube. Say hello. Dancing and everything. Where are you from? Doko sundeimasu? Tokyo sundeimasu.
Yes.
Tokyo. Kanazawa jin desu. Ah. And you? Gifu. What a mix. Where? Toyama. Toyama, Tokyo, Kanazawa, Gifu. Ah. 気をつけてください。Yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into videos when we film them, and people just see the like the 12-minute version, but the amount of craziness that goes into it. I can't wait to share the Ginza video. Ooh, this looks pretty nice here. Right. Maybe we can explore this later. Let's go up here. Let's go up. Yep. It is pretty, right? It is very pretty. Wow. Ooh. Hey Tony G! We're in Kanazawa and Oyama Shrine is just ahead of me. It is rather humid right now. The humidity is falling. Not falling, like the humidity is setting in. So, hello. It's really nice to come back after 9 years. I've traveled so much around Japan. It is nice to come back and see things with a fresh set of eyes, a more mature Ninja Monkey, a more traveled Japan Pro Ninja Monkey. Anybody have any ideas of where I should go from here? There's so many Spanish speakers. I've heard 4 or 5 Spanish-speaking families already. Oh wow, this is so pretty. I can't wait to explore this again. I remember this now. I don't know if it's going to get too dark, but I mean, it's not going to get as dark as it got yesterday in Sado Island. That was like on another level of dark. That was pitch black. I mean, it was so dark that I ended up running because that was a little bit like OMG. Wow, that's a good picture.
That was a good one.
Very brave. You have to be very brave to jump across the stepping stones, which I don't think I'm going to do with my camera. I don't think I'm going to jump over the stepping stones. Very pretty, huh? You met Tony G. Cool. That's amazing. I love it when people from the community meet each other. It happens a lot, like, it happens quite often, to be honest. And I always feel FOMO of, you know, not, not being there. This is so beautiful. Okay, so I need to get some B-roll of this general area tomorrow. Nathan is right about what? I can't remember now. What I said so many things. Okay. I hope to meet everyone eventually at some point. But I do the meetups whenever I'm in Japan. I try to do one meetup if I can, if I have time. To try and see as many people as I can. And also it's a great way for people to connect with one another, because lots of people have been also chatting with one another. Oh, from Shinjuku I took the JR Rapid into Tokyo Station, which is 15 minutes. Cool. And then you took the Shinkansen direct to here, right? It's so pretty. I like the way they've done the lights. Yeah, nice. Wow. Alright. This might be... Where is this? Who can tell me? It's a garden, no? Here. The start of the garden, anyway. So pretty. Let's go this way. It is so freaking ridiculously beautiful. Like, it looks like a painting. It doesn't even look real, I swear. I'm gonna turn things around. Hey, Sean! I mean, this doesn't look real. Look at that. I'm gonna zoom in. Yokusen in Maru Park. I mean, it doesn't look real, it's just... Which way? Right, what I'm gonna do It's surreal. It's crazy. I mean, and the birds, I know these birds are horrible, but nice. There's a cool breeze right now. Check it out. And this is just one little, ooh, was that lightning? This is the thing with Japan. The thing with Japan is exactly that. You come once and then you realize of all of these places that haven't, that you know, that all of these places that I didn't get to, that you didn't get to visit, and you want to come back, and you come back, and then you find some other places, and you want to come back, and then it's like that. So this seems to be closed, so maybe this is during the day. Oh, this is closed, I see. After 5:30. It's understandable. It's still very, very pretty. Guys, I know that you're all watching, but I am going to switch over to the Happy Guiding channel. I'll very quickly continue the stream from here. So, can potentially someone like Japanichiban, could you please share the link to the Happy Gaijin channel, and also if I make this stream quick enough, can we please share the link with the chat? But I'm going to be moving quickly and sharing, starting a stream from there. But I'll leave it here and with this ridiculously beautiful, like ridiculously beautiful view. Like, what on earth? See you all in the other channel. I hope that we can carry on streaming from there.